Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. In today's video, I'll be making some winter cards using the Washi Tape Shop pre-cut Winter Whispers washi tape. Earlier this year, I showed 4 seasonal washi tapes. You can purchase them individually or you can buy the entire set. And I do have a link in the description box below. In a previous video, I made a bunch of autumn cards using the Autumn Symphony washi tape. So now it's time to move on to some winter cards. The nice thing about this set of washi tape, all of the designs are pre-cut, so you basically use them like stickers. And the designs are available in washi and also their PET tape style. I'm using the washi tape. For my first set of cards, I'm using a card sketch for inspiration. This is from OWH, it's number 219. I am using pattern paper, and this is from Paper Rose Studios' one-of-a-kind 6x6 collection. For the background of my card, I have some off-white pattern paper, and it has this lovely linen texture look. I selected 2 of the pattern papers. I'm putting the striped paper at the bottom, and this diamond design is the larger panel. I'll layer the background and also that diamond panel on black cardstock. For the narrow strip that goes across the card, using more black cardstock, and I did put some double-sided adhesive tape on the back of that narrow strip to adhere it down. Now I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. I'll be adding a stitch circle die cut, and I use white cardstock for the circle. I selected one of the beautiful winter images, lots of trees and snowy mountains. I'll add the washi tape image directly onto the circle. And since this is a paper tape, it really blends into the white cardstock. The washi tape does have a slight sheen. It's a really beautiful image. Now I'll flip over the circle, and I am popping it up using foam dimension. I have the 1/4 inch foam in the 1mm thickness from scrapbook.com. I'll remove the release paper and add this circle on the right side of the card. For a sentiment, since I am making winter cards, I'm adding the sentiment, Hello Winter. And this sentiment is from Jaded Blossom's Winter is Gnoming stamp set, and there are also coordinating outline dies. I stamped this sentiment with black ink on some light gray cardstock, and I'll adhere it on the left side of the card, and the very right side of the sentiment will sit on the circle. I'll put glue on the right side and foam dimension on the left side. For embellishments, I'm adding some Love from Lizzie peel-offs. This is the mini circle style in the black color. I'm using the largest size circles, putting 3 in the upper left-hand corner. So there is my finished card, and I did make 4 using this design. I used the same sentiment, but I did use a few different washi tape images. I love making general seasonal cards. I'll be giving this set of cards to the residents at a nearby retirement home. I will add a message on the inside, so it's happy mail for the residents. For card design number 2, the pattern paper is from 49 and Marcotte. It's the Vintage Artistry Serenade collection. I selected 2 designs, the dark blue for the larger piece and a light blue with some vintage script on it. I cut out both of the pieces using Pretty Pink Posh's Stitch Torn Rectangle die set. And I've already stamped the sentiment Warm Winter Wishes. This sentiment is from the same Jaded Blossom stamp set. I'm adding some silver metallic twine around the dark blue piece. I'll put some adhesive on the back side. Then I'll start the metallic twine. And to help hold the end in place, I'll put a piece of double-sided adhesive tape. Then I'll wrap it around the card 3 times. And I'm not going straight across, I'm putting it at different angles. I'll secure both sides using more double-sided adhesive tape, trim the twine. Then I'll put adhesive on the back and layer this piece on some white shimmer cardstock. Along with the clear double-sided adhesive tape, I'm using Barely Art glue. And I'll put some all around that outside edge and a little bit in the center. Now I'll put ATG tape on the back and add my card front onto a card base. All of my cards in this video are American Standard A2 size, 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. Now it's time to add the smaller torn rectangle piece, and for this piece I will be popping it up using foam dimension. I have scrapbook.com's 1/4 inch foam in the 1mm thickness. I'll put 2 strips on the top and bottom, but in the area where it goes over the twine, I'm adding some scrap pieces of the pattern paper and also a scrap piece of cardstock. The twine is very thin. If I put foam dimension there, that area would lift up slightly. And I want everything to stay at the same level, so instead I'm adding the pattern paper and cardstock pieces. Now remove the release paper, put Barely Art glue on the cardstock area, then I'll adhere it on the center of the card. Now I'll grab the roll of washi tape. I'm looking for this image that has the cabin and some wintry trees behind it. I'll adhere it on the left side of the smaller panel. And I'll also be adding a couple of the individual trees. The nice thing about the washi tape and the PET tape, you can layer different images together. So I'll add this white and gray tree, and then one final tree. It's a little more bluish colored. Put that one on the right. One of my favorite parts of this roll, there are some tiny bird images that are flying. And they're all cut individually, so you can add just a few of them, or you could have a sky full of birds. I'm putting 2 of them above the trees on the right side. For a final finishing touch, I'll add 3 small snowflakes. I cut these out from some white shimmer cardstock. And the snowflake dies are part of Jaded Blossom's Build-A-Booth Winter add-on set. I'll put 2 snowflakes in the upper left-hand corner and 1 above the sentiment on the right side. So there is my finished card, and this time I made 2 using this design. If I had more of the same pattern paper, I probably would have made a 3rd or even 4th card. For card design number 3, I am using a card sketch for inspiration. This is from MFT. It's number 685. And I am switching pattern paper once again. The pattern paper for this set of cards is from Honeybee Stamps. It's their Pinstripes and Polka Dots Winter Collection. I'll be using the polka dot side. For the background panel, I cut this piece to 4 inches by 5.25 inches. The cardstock layer is an additional 1/8 of an inch. So 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 of an inch. For the large banner, I'm using more of the teal cardstock. I'll cut a large fishtail at the bottom. Didn't get it even at first, so I'll trim it just a little bit more. And this cardstock color, not sure if you can see it in the video, this is from Basil. It's the Bahama color. I'll put Barely Art glue on the back and adhere the banner on the card. Using scrapbook.com's nested arch die set, I cut out a small white arch. It's a little bit longer than I need. After I add this lovely winter tree image, I'll simply trim off the bottom area of the arch. There's a tiny bit of the washi tape hanging off the right side. If it was a little bit longer, I would wrap it around the back. But it was just a tiny piece, so I simply used a pair of scissors and cut off that area. Now I'll put Barely Art glue on the back and adhere the arch in the center of the banner. For a sentiment, I'm adding Warm Winter Wishes, same sentiment I used on the last set of cards, but this time I cut it out using the coordinating die. I do have foam dimension on the back. I'll remove the release paper and add the sentiment at the bottom of the arch. And I decided I would use more of the tiny bird images. We'll put 2 on the left side of the tree and 1 on the right side. For embellishments, I'm using more Love from Lizi peel-offs. This is the mini circle style in the white color. I'll put 2 of the medium circles in the upper left-hand corner of the banner and 3 small circles underneath the sentiment on the right side. So there is my finished card. Very simple card design. This time I made a total of 6. I used 3 different pattern paper colors from the Honeybee stamp collection. I added the same warm winter wishes. For embellishments, I used more of the Love from Lizi peel-offs, but I did change the washi tape images for each set of cards. For seasonal cards or holiday cards going to the retirement home, I generally need around 90. It just depends on how many residents are there at the time. I didn't make anywhere near 90 cards. Instead, I made a dozen cards, but every little bit helps. Now here's another look at the 12 cards I made using the Washi Tape Shop's pre-cut Winter Whispers washi tape. The Washi Tape Shop is currently having their Black Friday sale. It goes through November 30th, 2024. You can save 20% off site-wide using the code FRIDAY. If you want to check out more designs from the Washi Tape Shop, I do have a link in the description box below. And if you're watching this video after the Black Friday sale, you can still save 10% by using my code KristieM10. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.